Done. That's it. Could this be any easier, everybody? I mean, come on. I'm going to take the plug, I'm going to plug it back in. Hey, it's Jason with jams.net. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm here at my house and I'm working on a project that I've been putting off a little bit. Years ago, at this point, probably 10 years ago, I installed home automation in my house. I installed a switch, a hub, and everything would talk to the hub. If the internet was down, it would still work. And the technology was good, but it was expensive. It was like 40 or 50 bucks a switch to get these. It was all Insteon ISY 994i if you're into home automation hub, and I use various Insteon and smart home switches. The problem is they discontinued my hub. It still functions, but there's no additional updates to it. Getting the hardware was super expensive, and I found when we had really bad storms, like which is starting to brew here in Maryland from the hurricane down in Texas coming up, we're starting to get major thunderstorms, I would lose these switches even with my house on an entire whole house surge protector. I started having hardwood failures. So that was 10 years ago, so I think it's gotten its purpose. I've slowly been updating my home automation, specifically the outlet switches, with new tech. And I've committed, I do not want a hub. I want these devices to be independent and connect to the internet without a dependency of having a hub. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I want to plug the device in, connect it to my Smart Life app on my phone, and it works. Granted, it will need internet to work, but nonetheless, it will actually function. So I installed some cheap home automation switches, and I was shocked they worked. And a new company called Eightree reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you give our switches a shot? We think that you will like them. So I said, okay, that sounds like a plan. Go ahead and send me some switches and I would test them out. Here they are. These things are $6 per smart plug. I got a pack of 4. That will cost you pennies, 24 bucks to get this. You buy a pack of 2 for 12. I'm assuming the pack of 4 is probably 20 to 24 bucks. You get them on Amazon. They show up the next day. You don't need a hub. You don't need networking skills. And it gives you all the functionality you need. More importantly, this Eightree Smart Plug, I plug it in, I sync it to the app I'm using with the other ones, and I can even have functionality set up and do like, if it's 80 degrees outside, cut this fan on. You can get really advanced, or you can get just kind of basic. Hey, Alexa, turn on my bedroom lamp, and the switch will connect and turn it on. So I'm in love with home automation. I even do things with like geofencing, like if I leave a specific radius of the house, cut a light on, or if it's sunset, cut my lamp on in the bedroom. And I'm gonna be using one of these switches on a fan and basically say, if it is 75 degrees outside, cut the fan on that powers the entryway to my office. So enough of me yapping, but again, this is the Eightree Smart Plug. This is a sponsored video. I did not pay for these. If I don't like them, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna give them a shot in my office and garage. So let's unpackage this and then install one together. Okay, I stepped up into my office to unpackage this. I don't want to do it in the garage or outside where the storm is starting to kick up. But again, this is the Eightree Smart Plug 4 pieces. One thing you should know about this is it will only work on a 2.4 gigahertz wireless network. If you only have a 5G network, you might be challenged. But it's okay if you only have a 5G network. For a couple bucks, you can buy an extender, and an extender that will extend to 2.4 gigahertz. So it would, in fact, function. I imagine they probably use 2.4 gigahertz just because that usually gets better range. So when you open it up, you're going to get, this is a pack of 4. I know a pack of 2 will sell for $12.99. One is $7.99. So you're probably going to get a deal on a pack of 4. These have really good Amazon ratings too. Over 2,000, 4.4 stars. So you get your instructions, pretty basic how to hook these up. I'll walk you through it step by step. They recommend run the Smart Life app, which we have. I'm using it for a lot of other ones. Pretty much any of these Chinese brand type of sockets that you buy will run off the Smart Life app. You're going to basically plug it in, press and hold the power button. That will start blinking, and then you can tell the Smart Life app that you want to add a Wi-Fi socket, and it will find it. You can rename it, and you can go. We'll go through this together. So the instructions are pretty darn basic. But what's my first impression, most importantly, of these? So, pack of 4. The weight seems pretty decent. It's your typical US socket. You have a ground built in. It's 100 volt to 240 volt input. Max load 1,100 watts, so you don't want to put anything bigger than that on here, but that's pretty large. It is made in China. You know, it's rounded. It will plug into the outlet. One thing to note is if you plug this into like a surge protector like I'm going to do, it might take up 2 spots because of the width, but that's okay. On and off button is what you would hit. It has a QR code, which I assume you can scan on the Smart Life app to find it, which I will also show as well. So why don't we go ahead and get this bad boy installed. I'm going to install 2 of them immediately, and I'll show you how I do each one of those and the application I'm using. But the quality is decent. These are indoor. You don't want to be putting these outdoor. And I'm going to be putting this in a garage, so it's going to be higher heat in the summer and colder temps in the winter. So I will report back on how that goes. But let's go have at it in the garage and take a peek at this bad boy again. This is the Eightree Smart Plug. You cannot beat the value, guys, of these. It's a really good price. Okay, I'm down here in my garage, and I have this really nice LED light, which I'm keeping off because if it's on, it adds really weird lines to my camera, so I'm going to keep it off. But as you can see, I have it on a surge protector, and I've always intended to put it on a smart switch so I can keep the surge protector on, and more importantly, I can actually control this remotely. So I could either do it via an app. I have a motion sensor up there, so I could do some if sensor goes off, trigger this. I could do some advanced stuff if I wanted to. But most importantly, I could just have it here and I can just press the button on the side to turn it on if I wanted to. So it gives me lots of options on how I could do this. So let's go ahead and we will turn and install this. And I want to show you how I'm going to install it. I'm just setting up the camera, and let me open up the garage to get some more light in here. All right, so I think I have everything queued up where you can actually see it. The first thing I'm going to do is go to my Smart Life app. I'm running an Android, and the Smart Life app is what it is called. And you can see I have a boatload of these other things connected, including actual heaters that I use in the building, all running off the Smart Life app. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Device, and it's going to search for nearby devices. So I'm going to want to go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to unplug the light for now because I need to power up the switch, and I'm going to press and hold the power button. Oh, look, it automatically went in. So instantly it found it. I click Smart Plug, and I'm going to want to connect it to my internet. So as soon as I plugged it in, it went into pairing mode. Let me put my top secret password in here, and it will connect to my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi password, it is still blinking up here. I will click Next. I'm not going to save that password, and it's going to say it's being added. It's going to go through a little bit of a process, and it should add it. Smart Plug added successfully. I can rename it. So I will go in here, and I'm going to call this my garage LED. Done. That's it. Could this be any easier, everybody? I mean, come on. I'm going to take the plug. I'm going to plug it back in. The switch is currently on. I'm going to manually press it to cut it off. But done. Let me give you a little bit of a perspective here. So now I am in the app, Garage LED. Boom. I mean, absolutely brilliant. This is $6. Come on. You can go in here and you can set up different settings with it. right? But more importantly, you can also go in here. Thumbs up. Why does it want me to grade everything? Get out of here. My bad, I was clicking the wrong thing. This app will give you some of these ads, but you can go in here, right? Okay? And the cool thing is, like when I was talking about different modes you can set up, you can be like scene. Like you can see here, if the building room temperature is below 50 degrees, send me a text message. So like you can actually set up new things. I could be like, you know, when the weather changes, the temperature, and you can set your home address in here, cut this light on. So it gives you all this really cool functionality. It's pretty limitless to what you can do. Like if this happens, then do this, you know? So you can do sunset, sunrise. So I could say, I don't have my address set up in here, but I could say at sunset, cut this light on. But at the end of the day, like I showed you, I mean, that's it. That's all you do to set this up. And then when you're in this app, which you download from the Play Store, Garage LED. Boom, 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 boom. And then where's the app at? I've already had it queued up, but just go into your Play Store, okay? And then you just search for Smart Life. Boom. That's the app right here. Smart Life, Smart Living. Download it. You plug the switch in. You say add new device. It found it. I'm good to go. So how much easier could that be? Let's be honest with ourselves. This video is longer than it needs to be because I'm telling you about it. You could get this from Amazon and unpackage it in less than 60 seconds. You've enabled a smart outlet, a smart plug. It's so easy to use. It blows my mind how complicated it used to be to do this years ago when I set up a smart home initially. In the garage, I'm going to base it on temperature. I'm going to put one here and hook up a fan. And if the temp gets certain degrees outside, I'm going to cut the temp on. You see that I use these to enable heaters up at the building. If the temp drops in a room, because you can buy some of these that measure indoor temperature. And if the temp gets to a specific level, cut the outlet on. The outlet could just trigger something. You could just say, send me a text message or an email. Eightree Smart Plugs. You can't beat these guys. $6-7 a plug, boom, 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 and you're done. Appreciated Eightree sending me this. I give your version of the smart plug an absolute thumbs up. Easy, good quality. It's cheap and affordable, and it functions, and it takes seconds to set up. Be sure to give me a subscribe on YouTube. Make a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll report back on the longevity of these, especially in an environment like this out in my garage. I got 3 more to set up. I'm going to do one on a lamp. I'm going to do one on another lamp inside. And then I'm going to do one on a salt light in my wife's office. Stay tuned. Comment below. Have a great day.